Hey guys, how's it going? Jeremiah here from CA House Music. Today I'm bringing you the brand new Amped 1 from Blackstar. Basically what this is, just in short, is an amp in a box. But it's a lot more than that. There's a lot of really cool features I want to go over with you. So stick around. So basically, like I was saying, it's a amp in a box, and this thing is really cool. A lot of cool pedals have come out from the Dept 10. We had their overdrives, the boost pedal, which I'm a huge fan of, but this is a little bit different, and really cool as far as what it's got going on. So when I said it's an amp in a box, literally comes in a box. This is the box that it comes with. I think it looks pretty nifty. What's actually nifty is what's inside. So, you have you have three different voicings. You have a USA side, you have a UK side, and then flat. So flat is basically nothing, and then it's voiced for USA or UK. It's also got a power section in there too. So you have anywhere from 1 watt up to 100 watts. So anywhere in between. There's three options. There's 1 watt, 20 watts, and 100 watts. Probably where I would run it, me personally, is probably 20 watts. That does enough for me. I don't need all that much volume, typically where I'm playing. It has a 3-band EQ, so you can do bass, middle, and treble. And I'll get some B-roll of this too, and kind of show you the knobs a little bit. Then it also has a tube response. So depending on what kind of tubes that you're wanting to hear, that's what you'll be able to use. So they have, I'll just read them off here really quick. KT88, 6L6, EL34, 6V6, EL84, and then linear. So covers a pretty wide range of tubes, and get a lot of different sounds that way. It also has a dedicated reverb on there, so almost like how you would be running a reverb on your amp, this is doing the exact same thing. The other cool things that they have is it has a XLR out, it has an effects loop in it, and also a way to power your pedals. So if you have like, it's up to 500 milliamps, so if you had a couple other maybe delays, another reverb, maybe a distortion you wanted to kind of throw in there, and just power it from this, you could do that. It also has Midi, which is super cool. I think that's a huge feature for just any kind of touring musician, or even somebody who's wanting to kind of just get into programming their stuff to just be able to hit one button and it does everything. It also has the cab rig stuff with the XLR out, so you can choose if you want like a 412, 212, 112, and different mic placements and different mics that you would want to use to really dial in that sound even farther. And I think that's really cool. Other things that come in the box, it does come with a cable to do the 1/8 inch to Midi, so you can do Midi. Then it also comes with a TRS to mono, 1/4 inch. This is if you're doing the effects loop in there. As I'll show on the back, there is only one dedicated slot for an effects loop. So sometimes how they'll actually do it is you'll have a send and return. Well, since this is TRS, you're doing send and return from this actually, just from this one cable, and that already comes included in the box. Another thing that comes included in the box is the USB cable. Another really cool thing that you can do with this is you can take this out to a computer and use it as an interface. So if you don't have a Focusrite or Steinberg or whatever you're using, like whatever's out there for interface, you could actually just use this and have it to be the in-between from your guitar to your computer, so you can start recording, which is a super cool feature. And not only that, with the cab rig stuff, you can really deep edit, like I was saying, with the app that they have geniusly made, so you can go in there and really kind of dial in your sound. Another thing about the cab rig is there are 3 different slots. So you can have, you know, a 112 for maybe a country gig that you're playing and you just want something really tight, you know, just a nice tight sound. And then maybe you're doing a 80s gig the next day, and you need a 412, but you don't want to carry that. They kind of have you covered there. Another thing that I want to add to for what is also on the back of this pedal, it can actually take out to a cabinet. So if you wanted to just bring this as your head and use a external cabinet, you're able to do that and maybe mic up the cabinet and then also come out of the XLR out. Then you got 2 outputs for, you know, if the cab goes down, then you have the XLR out and just do it that way, which is a super cool feature. But anyway, we'll get into some of the sounds and actually how this thing sounds. So let's do that. Here we go. So right now I'm going to show you some sounds with it. As of right now, I have the gain at noon, EQ section is at noon, master volume is at about 11 o'clock. I don't have another cab that I'm running this into. I'm running it straight into the computer via the interface that I have. So let's do this. I'm also on the UK setting as well. Have the reverb on also at about 11 o'clock. So I play on a Vox AC15, and this is really close to how that sounds. I'm on the EL84 tube response, so that's on there. Just a nice sound. I could almost do The Boys Are Back in Town. Put the gain up a little bit more. It's got a little bit more bass than what I'm liking, so I'm going to cut that back and maybe put up some of the treble and mids for that song. Okay, so now I'm on the USA side. I have pretty much all the EQ up at noon. I have cutbacks and mids. Master is right at about 12. Reverb about 1 o'clock, so I got a little bit more verb. And then I have the EL34 option right now as far as tube response. So here's what that sounds like. I'm on the neck pickup of this Strat. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This amp is really awesome. I'm going to call it an amp even though it's a pedal. But I think Blackstar has really knocked this thing out of the park. And I think once people get their hands on this and really listen to it, I think they're going to love it. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and like the video. We'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.